Okay, let's do some exercises. We'll start with the ones that I mentioned to you before, and then we'll move on to some that I think that would be beneficial. I'm not gonna do any upper body exercises with you because those really aren't particularly helpful for the back issues that you're trying to address. I do personally do upper body exercises as part of my workout, just to do make it nice and well rounded. That's entirely up to you. Once you if you get into this, then and you want ideas on how to do upper body exercises without buying a lot of equipment and stuff, then let me know and I can help you with that as well. Okay, so let's get exercising. So I'm gonna start out with anti rotations, which I think is for the issues that you're having is probably the best exercise that you can do. So this exercise uses um, resistance bands, and basically you just um, set your core, make it nice and tight. Bring your elastic band to your chest. Go out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and turn around and do the other side. Try to make it as tight as you can. Force your core to resist that movement. Planks. Plank is the quintessential uh, uh, core exercise. Pretty simple. Just do a plank. Just hold it. Again, make sure that your core is engaged. That your back doesn't sway. I find that if I focus on my back and keeping it straight and not letting it arch, the muscles that do that actually get tired before the muscles that support my body. There are some variations on the plank that I'm going to recommend. One is a side plank. It's just like a regular plank, but on your side. And one thing that you can do is add a fly to it while you're doing the plank. Take a 10-pound dumbbell. Get two for the price of one. And the last version of the plank that I'm going to mention to you is what's called a reverse plank. You'll need a pillow or something that you can put your shoulders on. You just go into a plank position, but on your back. Now I will caution you about a reverse plank. The first when I started doing them, they really hurt my back, and so I quit doing them. And then when I got a stronger core, then I found that I was able to do reverse planks. So just be careful with those. Glute bridges, another very excellent exercise for core. Pull your heels up to your butt. Lift your body up till your body is basically straight. Then go down, back up. Like the reverse plank, when I started doing these, they hurt my back and I had to work up to doing them. I started doing like 5, and then I just worked at it until I was able to do like 40 of them without it hurting my back. If you're getting up into the high numbers of reps on this, then I suggest that you switch to a unilateral glute bridge. On glute bridges, make sure that you are engaging the correct muscles. You can actually do a glute bridge with your abs. You don't want to use your abs. You want to engage your glutes and your hamstrings. I like to envision that I'm trying to push my heels through the floor, and that helps me focus on engaging my glutes instead of my abs. Lying cobras. This is a good back exercise that the first time you do them, you'll go, these are so easy. And yes, they are easy. But if you incorporate them into we're going to talk about intervals later, you'll find that these can be a lot more challenging than you originally thought. It's really easy. Just lay on your stomach. Hold your hands up like this, kind of swept back. And then lift your chest up off the floor. That's the lying cobra. Clamshells. That's where we're going to use this kind of resistance band. Put this around your knees. Lay on your side with your heels crunched up towards your butt. These ones you want to focus again on pulling from your butt rather than engaging the muscles down the side of your thigh. Like just clench your butt and think about pulling from the back. Do that on both sides. Okay, those are the exercises that I feel are really key, important exercises to addressing the back issues. Now, an important part of your back is also your legs. And I found that doing a lot of leg exercises is also beneficial for my back. And so here's the catch with leg exercises and body weight. You are used to being on your feet all day long. Your body can carry, or your legs can carry your body weight just fine. So body weight leg exercises are a little bit tricky. So you're going to see that most of the exercises that I do for legs are what are known as unilateral exercises. You're doing the exercise just on one side. This has the benefit of that it doubles the weight. So like if I were to do a squat, I weigh almost 200 pounds. So to do a squat and to have any meaningful gain from that, I would need to squat like 300 pounds if I were in a leg press machine. Well, 300 pounds, that's 150 pounds per leg. If I do a squat on one leg, that's almost 200 pounds on one leg. So that's a pretty decent amount of resistance for a leg exercise. Unilateral leg exercises also have a benefit that there's a lot of core going on in them because your body is forced to stabilize and to keep your balance. And for that reason, I think that unilateral leg exercises are the bomb. They are the best things that you can do. Okay, so we're going to start out with Bulgarian split squats. This exercise, I won't lie to you, is hard. It's hard because there's a lot of effort required, but it's also quite a balancing act. Okay, so use your stool or your chair behind you. Put one foot up and then do a squat. Do both sides. Yeah. So I have found that having a little weight on my hands doesn't really add much, effort to the exercise, but can actually help with the balancing. Okay, isometric squats. Isometric squat, you just go into a squat and then you just hold it for 30 to 60 seconds. You want to make sure that your upper leg is close to parallel to the floor. If you go beyond parallel, it becomes easier. So don't let it sag. Two things you can do to make this one harder if you want. And jugs of water don't work for this. If you have some dumbbells, you can put them in a rack position and then do your squat. This doesn't add that much body weight, but it does. But you will feel it in your back, and that's why I like to do some dumbbells racked. It increases the core engagement. If you do happen to get a Bosu ball, I do isometric squats on my Bosu ball because the muscles that help balance get engaged. Look, you can see balancing is an important part of this exercise, and I'm not doing it very well today. I haven't done that for a while. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have showed you that. Next on my list is jump squats. This is what is known as a plyometric exercise. It causes your fast twitch muscle fibers to engage, and it burns fat reserves in a different way. That's also very good cardio, by the way. Touchdown squats. This you'll need your chair for. So stand on the edge of the chair. You'll want to put a hand on the wall or something for some balance. And just do a squat with one leg. And the last squat I'm going to show you is called a pistol squat. This is the king of squat exercises. It is very hard to do, and I don't think I will ever be able to do them because I don't have enough range of motion in my ankle. But I can do them assisted. So to do a pistol squat assisted, you just need something that you can grab to help you keep your balance. I'll try to do this kind of to the side so you can see. You just do a squat on one leg. Unilateral deadlifts. This is one of my very most favorite leg exercises. And it's actually a reasonable exercise to do with no weights at all. One thing I would suggest on this one, and this is one you can add 2 gallons of water. Really easy to add some resistance. Like other exercises that I've talked about, it's really important to focus on your core as you're doing the exercise, and also when you're coming up. So you go down. When you come up, tighten your butt and come back up using your glute. Lunge. Lunge is a good exercise, also unilateral. This one, I will admit, is pretty easy to do without weights. It is much better if you have some kind of a weight. Go down until your knee almost touches the floor, but don't go down so that you rest on the floor. Just make sure that you're always, your muscles are always working. This one also super, super important to engage your core and keep that lower back nice and straight, not arched while you're doing the exercise. Step ups. We're going to use the stool again. This one has a significant cardio element to it. Like the other exercises, maybe I should just say this one time and be done with it. Keep your core steady. Don't allow your back to arch. Don't allow your hips to sag and turn. Keep your core nice, square, and straight during that exercise. High skips. High skips requires no equipment at all. It looks really retarded, but it is hard to do very many reps. That one, if you don't get your knee up nice and high, it becomes really easy, and it's just a low skip, and you may as well not do it. When you do it, bring your knee up and try to get as much height as you can. Unilateral hops. This is really easy. Stand on one foot and hop. Speed skaters. This one is almost more of a cardio exercise, but it's a good one to do because we don't get much lateral exercise on our legs, and this one is good lateral exercise. So you've probably seen speed skaters in the Olympics use mimic that movement. And last but not least, lateral walks, which also is a lateral activity. Take your resistance band, put it around your ankles, and then you just walk sideways. Now this exercise, I do recommend that rather than counting steps, that you do distance. The reason behind that is if you count steps, subconsciously your mind knows that if you take smaller steps, you don't have to go as far and you don't have to do as much work. If you have a distance goal in mind, your body knows, okay, if I do a little more effort, it's going to be fewer steps. I'm going to be done faster. That's it. I do have tons more, but these are what I consider some of the best ones. And I think you can go a long ways doing these ones.